we say digital transformation in context of really any commercial organization, right, is just the process of taking a business that has traditionally been either not digital at all or less digitally oriented. And healthcare is a perfect example of that. I mean, healthcare interactions by and large are in-person, face-to-face interactions between care providers and their patients, right? But taking that business and then figuring out how to use digital technology to make that customer experience better. And in doing so, what you end up doing is having to not just create more digital tools for your customers to use, but also that requires you to actually build out these technology platforms, these digital platforms to support those digital customer interactions. And essentially, I think what you're left with if you are in the process of digitally transforming, or you go through digital transformation, although I don't know that it's ever complete, is a much more digitally oriented customer experience.
Businesses, again, thinking more like software companies, it requires you to almost change all of your processes to promote innovation, promote people taking a test and learn type approach to how they do their work. I think that's a huge part of it. And one of the things that I think a lot of big healthcare organizations struggle with is you have this more legacy, very hierarchical mindset of how we're going to operate as a business. And everyone from a top-down point of view has to be very bought into every decision that we're making. And the reality is, if you look at a lot of the very technology-driven businesses out there, they're flatter, they operate in a more nimble, agile way, because you have to keep up with the pace of technology and putting the right tools and software in the hands of your customers, because the customers are demanding it and expecting it these days.
I'm thinking back to a mobile app that we built for a healthcare client a few years ago where their internal clinical staff, whenever they had a piece of medical equipment go down, right, go on the fritz, they were essentially picking up the phone and calling. We built an app that allowed them to, scan barcodes, log an issue more quickly, basically digitize more of their internal operations. And it could mean either or both of those things.
How do businesses that are traditionally not technology driven, not digital, think and act more like software companies? And a huge part of that is digitizing the customer experience.
Sure.
But some other big, really important parts of it, in order to do that successfully, are digitizing your own organization.
Sure, just operationally.
Yeah, getting everyone in the organization culturally to think technology first.
So one of the industries I think is a good example here would be financial services. Just retail banking, right? Traditionally, go back a few decades, all bricks and mortar. You go to the bank to make a deposit. You've got your banker there that you're meeting with in person when you want to open an account. I mean, that has completely changed, right? When was the last time you set foot in a bank? Can you remember?
Can't remember.
I can't remember either, because I can literally do everything from an account I log into on the web, from a great integrated mobile app experience where I can take pictures of checks and scan them and deposit them from the comfort of my own home. And I think financial services is one place, retail banking specifically, where they've just made a lot of strides in going through digital transformation.
If we think about the types of businesses, healthcare businesses, that are doing a good job, that are going through digital transformation or have been through it and really been successful with it, what are the things that they have done really well? And through looking at it that way and identifying those gaps, they're able to then figure out what sort of version of digital transformation they need to go through.
They understand that this is not about a scattershot approach, right? This is about understanding the full customer journey. And in healthcare, there are a lot of customer journeys, right? A lot of pretty complex ones to be understood, and make sure that we are applying that lens to how we create technical solutions, digital solutions for our customers. I think that's a great example.
Kaiser Permanente.
Sure.
They come up all the time. They are unique because they are both the payer and the provider.
It's like a closed system.
Right. So it makes it that much easier for them to map their customer experience end to end and understand every touch point and really control the journey
When we look at healthcare providers that are doing digital transformation well right now, they really understand the need to just wrangle their data and align their data in a way that supports the kind of thing you're talking about.
They've leaned into their brand and their brand promise, and they've made sure that every step of the experience is reflective of that brand promise.
So to sum up, understand your full customer's journey and map your solutions to that journey. Unify your data and get it to a place where it can be utilized in an effective, HIPAA-compliant way. And then number 3, apply the brand to these digital solutions as well. Make sure that you're authentically representing your brand as you put digital solutions in the hands of your customers.
Yeah, I think the brand can help support you in making the right smart decisions about where you invest.